A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A plus English because it's so much fun. English education for you and everyone, so come along. Learn some grammar, learn a phrase, learn something new every day. Learn the A plus way. Hey, it's time to start the show. Are you ready? Good, 'cause here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I want A plus English.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to A Plus English. I'm Adam.
And I'm Elsie.
And today we've got a wild story for you. It's got adventure, tough choices, and a really big snake.
Yeah, but that sounds exciting. You mean adventure and what exciting plot?
Exactly. Well, don't know what's gonna happen.
And maybe a little scary.
Exactly, yeah.
But you know I hate snakes.
Yeah, you do hate snakes. You do
What
really.
about you? Do you hate snakes?
Well, of course I hate snakes.
Then what are other animals that you are scared of?
What are some other things I'm scared of? Well, that's easy, kind of, right? Big spiders, wolves, and bears.
Tigers, lions.
Tigers, lions, everything, even sharks. And let's just say I wouldn't want to run into this snake that we're going to meet in our story. But before we get into the story, everyone, here's a warm-up question for you. What are some famous stories about snakes?
I can think of a few.
Okay, what do you got for
For
me?
example, the snake in the Jungle Book.
Oh yeah, that one, yeah.
Yeah, it is a giant snake who tries to control the little boy, but also helps him at times.
Yeah, that's right.
Anything from you?
Well, I know a famous story. It's in the Bible.
Ooh.
It's a snake that tempts Eve to eat the forbidden fruit from the tree of knowledge, leading to the fall of humanity. But first, everyone, let's get into today's story.
The Snake Chief. Warm-up question. What are some famous stories about snakes?
Nandi and her daughter are poor. Nandi's husband died, and she has no sons to help with farming. In autumn, Nandi collects sweet purple umdoni berries. She trades these with her neighbors for meat and milk.
Starting our story, it starts off by saying Nandi and her daughter are poor.
Okay, so Nandi is the mom, and they're struggling with money.
Right, they're poor, so they don't have that much money. And why is that? Well, our story says Nandi's husband died, and she has no sons to help with farming.
Okay, so sons are very important to help with farming, right?
Right, and if this story takes place like in the countryside or in a village, farming is a very important way of life. It's how people eat, how people can trade food, and all those things.
And maybe sons or men have, more body strength to do something like that.
Yeah, like plow the fields and things like that. All right, well, it says in autumn, Nandi collects sweet purple umdani berries.
Oh, don't these berries look a little like grapes?
Yeah, they do look a little bit like grapes. When they're ripe and ready to eat, they are dark purple. And animals actually like to eat these berries, such as monkeys and birds love to eat them. We use them as humans to make wine a lot of times. Okay, so she goes and she uses these berries. Now, our article says she trades these berries with her neighbors for meat and milk.
Okay, so trade these berries for meat and milk.
Right.
So you give somebody something and you get another thing in return.
Right, yeah.
So
You
what
trade.
kind of items do you usually trade with your friends? Or what things did you used to trade with your classmates?
Okay, that's a good question. Well, with my friends and my classmates, when I was younger, I used to trade baseball cards with my friends. So if they had a good baseball card and I had maybe 2 of the same baseball card, I'd say, "Ooh, I want yours. I'll trade you this card for this card." Now a lot of classmates or students trade Pokemon cards.
Yes.
Or even the Pokemons on their cell phones, you can trade things.
Right.
What about you?
Well, while I was in college, my friends and I used to trade clothes with each other.
Oh, really? Clothes. Okay. So if your friend had something nice and you wanted to say, "I don't want to buy it, but I'll let you borrow this and I'll trade you this for this one."
Exactly.
Okay. So Nandi trades these berries for meat and milk. I wonder what will happen if there aren't any berries.
One day, Nandi goes to collect berries, but she can't find any. A big green-gray snake with green eyes ate them all.
You are taking my berries,
Says Nandi.
What will I have to trade for meat now?
I can fill your basket with berries. However, you have to give me your daughter,
Says Snake. Sadly, Nandi is desperate. She has no choice but to agree to this plan.
One day, Nandi goes to collect berries, but she can't find any.
Or why aren't there any berries? Did someone take them?
Well, just slow down. It says, a big green-gray snake with green eyes ate them all.
So you know I hate snakes, right? Especially this snake. What color is it?
It's green and gray with green eyes.
Green eyes. Nasty.
It does.
But I know a lot of people like snakes.
That's right. A lot of people keep them as pets.
And they say, "Oh, why don't you like snakes? Snakes are so cute." I don't know why. I wonder why.
Well, Nandi's got to be feeling pretty angry because all those berries are gone. And she says, "You are taking my berries," says Nandi.
Nandi is actually very brave for talking to the snake.
Yeah, in a lot of stories, the snakes that talk are fairly big, right? We read in stories and the snakes are really big and they're powerful.
And evil.
And evil. And you say, yeah, she's very brave for talking to him. I know if I saw a talking snake, I would probably run the other way. And she says then and asks the snake, "What will I have to trade for meat now?"
Yeah, so she's already poor and really needs these berries.
Right, she needs these berries for meat, and I'm guessing since I believe the story takes place in Africa, in the village, I'm guessing it's probably goat meat and milk. And you know, she needs all this stuff for her daughter to take care of her. But what does the snake tell her? The snake is going to tell her something. We find out, it says, "I can fill your basket with berries."
Oh, that sounds nice.
Yeah, just
But
great,
is there something else?
Yeah, we'll say, is there a catch to it, right?
Yeah, is there a catch?
All right, well, our article says, "However, you have to give me your daughter," says the snake.
So give the snake her daughter, and then she can get a basket with berries.
That's right.
I hate this snake more and more.
Well,
But what would you do if you were Nandi?
if I was Nandi, would I say, okay, well, I really need food.
So here's my daughter.
Here's my daughter.
Take her.
No, I would not. I would not do that.
Then what would you say to the snake, or what would you do then?
If I was Nandi, I would say, well, let me go and look for maybe something else. Maybe I can't find berries, but maybe I can find something else that I can trade with other people. But, you know, they really need these berries because, like we said, they're so poor. And our article says, sadly, Nandi is desperate.
And when people are desperate, they do a lot.
You're right, yeah.
Even if they don't want to.
Exactly. I mean, one time I was desperate to get home and it was raining so much. There were no taxiers around. and I paid an Uber a lot of money to get back home, and it wasn't even that far.
So how much money did you pay?
For
the Uber to get home.
For the Uber to get home, I believe that time it was like 1,000 NT dollars.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but if I took the MRT or I walked for about 5 minutes, I could have probably made it to a bus or an MRT and it would only cost me maybe $100.
Okay, but you were desperate to go home.
I was desperate. I wanted to go home, and that's how Nandi is feeling. She's like, I'm so desperate. I need these berries. I have no choice. And actually, our article says she has no choice but to agree to this plan.
Which means she says yes.
Yes.
Give me the berries, I'll give you my daughter.
I know, so scary.
Wow, so tomorrow we'll find out more about this story, right?
I know.
And now we have to take a look at our vocabulary. 好，今天的第一个单字是 farming 这个名词，指的是耕作或是务农。那现在呢，很推广的就是要永续耕作这件事情，也就是 sustainable farming。那怎么样的方式可以做到永续耕作呢？比如说要做到土壤保育 soil conservation， 或者是呢使用再生能源 use renewable energy。好啦，那接下来如果你把 farming 的 ing 拿掉，看到 farm， 它可以当作名词，那就是农田；当作动词的时候，就是耕作的动作。那 farmer 字尾加上 er 就是农夫了。单字例句给的是呢 Dorothy is interested in farming and plans to start her own vegetable garden. Dorothy 对耕作感兴趣，并打算开辟她自己的菜园。接下来第二个单字是动词 trade， 指的是交换或是交易。Trade something with， 那就是和交易或贸易。For example, the country trades goods with many foreign markets. 这个国家与许多海外市场进行商品交易。那还有一个用法是 trade A for B， 用 A 换取 B。For example, she traded her old phone for a new one. 她用旧手机换了一只新手机。单字例句给的是呢 Nelson trades his extra sandwich for a juice box at school. Nelson 在学校用多余的三明治换了一盒果汁。接下来第三个单字是 neighbor， 邻居这个名词。隔壁家的邻居啊，我们可以用 next door 来形容，好，就是 next door neighbor。那 neighbor 邻居住的地方，邻近地区，好，我们就说它是一个 neighborhood， 你在后面加上 HOOD 就可以了。那还有一个形容词是 neighboring， 指的是邻近的，像是 neighboring countries， 邻国，邻近的国家。那单字例句给的是呢 I have new neighbors, a family just moved in next door to me. 我有新邻居了，有一家人刚刚搬到我的隔壁。那最后一个单字是 fill 这个动词，指的是填满或是装满。Fill A with B， 那就是用 B 装满 A 这个容器。For example, the teacher filled the box with books for the students. 老师把箱子装满书给学生们。那被动也是很常见的哦，被动是 be filled with。For example, the bottle was filled with cold water. 这个瓶子装满了冷水。那还有一个用法，同学们也要知道，就是填写表格的时候 fill out a form. 好，这个动作指的就是去填写的动作。那单字例句给的是呢 Rachel wanted to take a bath, so she filled the tub with water. Rachel 想要泡澡，所以她在浴缸里面放满了水。那最后来到 Magic Box， 我们要讲到的是 have no choice but to 后面加上原形动词。这个用法的意思是别无选择，只好做……那 have 这个动词的三态不规则变化要小心。我们说是 have, had,过去式跟过去分词都是 had。那我们也可以把这个用法里面的 choice 换掉，换成 option 这个名词也是可以的。最后给同学们一个例句咯 We had no choice but to cancel the trip because of the heavy rain. 由于大雨，我们只好取消这次的旅行。
Review time.
Okay, now everyone, it's time to see how well we understand the story. Let's do a comprehension review. we'll ask some questions and you and our students will try to answer them.
Okay, so let's see if I was paying attention.
Yeah, let's see if you can pay attention. And here is the first question. Why does Nandi collect umdani berries?
She collects these kind of berries because she wants to trade for meat and milk.
Very good. She wants to trade them for meat and milk. All right, question 2. What problem does Nandi face when she goes to collect berries?
I know, a snake ate all the berries.
Yeah, that dirty, ugly snake took all the berries from her. All right, question number 3, everyone. What does the snake offer to do for Nandi?
The snake told her, if you give me your daughter, I'll give you a basket of berries.
That's right, to give her a basket of berries if she agrees to give her the child, the daughter. Now, why does Nandi agree to the snake's deal?
Because she is desperate and has no choice but to agree with the snake.
Exactly. All right. Well, we hope you got all these answers correct. If not, try it again with your classmate and your teacher.
今天的节目就讲到这边咯，想观看更多精彩内容，请到 YouTube 搜寻 A Plus English 空中美语，也别忘记按赞、订阅、开启小铃铛。我们明天见喽，拜拜。
Bye-bye.